I'm so excited to introduce to you the owner of Healing Roots Wellness Center, Emily Jacobson. In this episode, we get into the story of Healing Roots Wellness Center, how it came to be, the journey of finding her purpose and passion, along with creating a community of clients that are her most favorite people. Healing Roots Wellness Center is part of the 4th edition of Healthy in the Valley. Healthy in the Valley is a free digital resource for the entire St. Croix Valley. In each publication, you're going to find the area's best and leading business owners who are passionate about health and wellness, helping and serving you to live your best life in mind, body, and soul. So if you're local to St. Croix Valley in Hudson, Wisconsin, I invite you to grab your free copy by going to healthyinthevalley.com. And now let's meet Emily Jacobson.
Hey there, studio owner. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating a brick and mortar business that serves your clients and impacts the community you love. You are my hero. And I'm pretty sure we could sit down and talk like besties do, because I get it. I've had my studio business for over 12 years, a handful of kids, and a few passion projects that I love. Like this one. Hey there, I'm Melissa Rose, your visibility coach for the studio owner who wants more stellar clients coming through their doors, more bank in their bank account, and more time to hang out and be completely present with those they love most. In this podcast, we're going to share the nitty-gritty of running a successful studio business, sharing stories, talking strategy, and learning practical tips that leave you inspired, empowered, and equipped to create your epic life every single day. So if you're a dance studio, yoga studio, Pilates studio, or a fitness boutique studio, you are in the right place. Add some kiddos into the mix and maybe a life partner, and I call you a rebel woman. Ready to dive in? Let's get real. Hello, Emily Jacobson. How are you? Welcome to the Brick and Mortar Visibility Podcast.
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited for people to hear about you and what you do and who you serve. But first, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a teacher. And it's so funny that it really, in some ways, I've become that. I've become a teacher, even though it's not in a classroom. I spend a lot of my time working with people individually and just giving guidance. It just turned out that way. So I think somewhere deep inside, I knew the teacher was in me. It just showed up in a very different way.
Yeah. Was there an age group that you were drawn to?
Little kids. I was thinking elementary school was the deal. And I still absolutely love children. They're some of my favorite people to be around.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Good. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about business as well. So tell us about your business, who you serve, what you do, and who you serve.
So Healing Roots Wellness Center is a wellness center that has a huge variety of different wellness options. We have a clinic side and a studio side of our center. The clinic has really an abundance of different individual wellness options. And then we've got the studio that has a lot of different classes, and not just classes. We've got workshops and we've got events. We've got wellness events. We do a poetry reading. And who we serve, it's kind of a nice little two-part section here. What we're really trying to reach is people who can't typically afford wellness, because I know it's not a cheap thing. It can be kind of expensive. It became trendy. Wellness became trendy. And so then it got to be a little more expensive. So we have a scholarship option for people. So we're really trying to reach that population of people so that they can still receive wellness, because everybody needs it. Everybody needs wellness. So I'd like to say we serve everyone, but that gets a little confusing. So, there's definitely an age group of people who typically go towards wellness options. So we want to reach those people, but we also really want to reach the people who just can't typically afford it.
Love that. I look forward to hearing more about that as we go into the podcast here. So I want to hear the linchpin that made you start your business. Why Healing Roots Wellness Center? Why did you start that? Tell us your journey.
So I've been an acupuncturist for the last 7 years, and I was a massage therapist for about 17 years before then. So I've always kind of been in the world of wellness. My entire adult life, I've been in the world of wellness. And I've had little blips of thoughts around a wellness center. And the timing just was perfect when actually it was right shortly into COVID. And I was needing to move out of the place that I had been in. And I teach Tai Chi. And I'm an acupuncturist, and I really wanted to I needed, it wasn't a want. So I really realized how much I need to have Tai Chi and my acupuncture services be under one roof, so I wasn't spread so thin in life. And so looking for options to put this in a space, I realized I was going to have a large space to do this. And because teaching Tai Chi, you have to have a studio. It takes up it's a format that takes a lot of space. So once I found a place and I started looking, I thought, oh my gosh, the only way to actually do this is if I have 6 treatment rooms and a studio. And I guess I'm going to open a wellness center. It really just kind of happened. It unfolded like that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know I was very excited when I heard about it and when I saw it, and I saw it on social. And I was excited for the River Falls community to have this, and then to hear your energy, and everybody says, "Oh, you need to meet Emily. You need to meet Emily." So it was good. So you opened your doors when officially?
So the clinic we opened the doors October 12th of 2000 of last year, so 2021, and then the studio opened January 3rd of this year. So we are just hitting this year mark of the studio running. Mm-hmm. It's pretty exciting. Exciting. There's been a lot that I've learned in the last year.
Yes, you've gotten your doctorate in running a business in a year, right? And we learned so much in those first few years in business. Okay, so you're a newer business owner, and we just commented on how much you've learned and how much we all learned that first couple of years in business. But what was maybe a moment that you had in your business journey that you realized you can do anything?
Well, in the business journey itself, so I'll just back up and say, so on a personal level, I think I've just always had that inside of me. I feel really fortunate to have been raised with an abundance of love that isn't attached to pain. So my self-confidence, it's strong. And so I've always felt I can do anything. And so when this thought came to mind of, oh my gosh, I guess I need to be opening a healing center, there was not an ounce of doubt. I moved forward with excitement and grace. And, but there have been moments of, I've felt some bits of, I have to muster up a little more determination. And that's been fun to dive deep into myself and see where do I need to go to find that a little bit more. But generally speaking, it's been there all along, which makes things a little easier.
You're the first person to answer it that way. Most people have like a moment that they're like, it was when this, or when I experienced this, or So. Yeah.
And I get that because I know that there's moments that I can call on specific moments that have brought on more inspiration. But I think I headed into it with, oh yeah, I can do this. This is going to be awesome.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So your people that are coming to you, that are finding you, that are wanting your services, what is like the top thing they're coming to you about? What is their pain point that they're coming to you for?
So because we have such a variety of options at the Wellness Center, I'm going to go with answering this question around acupuncture, because that's kind of one of the big things that we have there. We've got 3 acupuncturists there. So the pain point specifically probably would be pain, physical pain that people come in. And in Chinese medicine in general, I think physical pain is one of the big issues that people transition from a Western medicine to Chinese medicine, because it's so easily addressed with Chinese medicine. And it's often not easily addressed with other modalities in Western medicine. And so people get to a point of, there's nothing more. Oh, wait, there's Chinese medicine. And then they start to feel better. Does that answer your question well?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So chronic pain, and and things like that, different things. It's always interesting.
Yeah.
Just as other people are listening, like, okay, I know somebody that maybe should check you out, or, that type of thing. Just for, when you have that person, that's what they're looking for. So speaking of that, this is a visibility podcast. What is a visibility strategy that you've been doing in your business that has been really helpful for you?
Word of mouth is huge. That aspect of, holy cow, this worked for me, you should go try it, especially for Chinese medicine, especially because, it's something that people don't think of instinctually when they're looking for wellness. It's becoming more and more popular, which is really exciting. Science is backing it up time and time again. And so people are starting to think of it more frequently, but definitely word of mouth is huge. Facebook has been, for the studio side, Facebook has been, what I'm learning is the thing to go to for visibility. I did just hire on a marketing strategist to learn more. Everything I've been doing so far has just kind of been intuitively, and it's worked to a point, and now I needed to work a little bit better. So I'm looking into strategy. I'll be learning. This next year is going to be all about learning more about that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Totally get it. Yeah. So for your studio side of the business, you said you offer Tai Chi classes. What other things do you offer?
Yoga, we've got about 5 or 6 standard yoga classes a week. We've got free Qigong. We just added in
what's that?
A free gentle. Qigong it's a cousin to Tai Chi. My initial Tai Chi teacher explained it this way. Tai Chi is like a river. It flows from one movement to the next. And Qigong, its cousin, would be like picking clouds out of the sky. It's a kind of a sweet little analogy. Just one movement at a time. Okay. Instead of flowing into the next move. My mom leads that group. She leads multiple groups in River Falls. We just started a free gentle yoga for military and first responders. We want to try to support people in that way too. We have yoga and acupuncture once a month, which is really fantastic. There's a drum circle once a month. We've got sound baths once a month. There's an introduction to energy medicine. We've got some specialty classes coming up that will be, learning more about your intuition, these poetry readings that we're doing quarterly, a variety of wellness. So really trying to open up the doors to what is wellness, because wellness is typically thought of as like yoga and meditation and massage, right? But there's so much more. And we want to tap into that so that we can try to meet the needs of a lot of different people.
Thanks for explaining what you all do, because I didn't know all of that. And there's a lot of people listening that, that sounds interesting. And you're right, it isn't. Most people don't think of it. And I know cost is a factor. So can you talk into your scholarship and what you do there? I think that's really interesting. So share more about that.
Yeah, so we have a couple different options. We've got a partial scholarship and a full scholarship. And that can be used in the clinic or the studio. And so in the clinic, actually, there's multiple different businesses that work there. So people rent their rooms from me. So these scholarships even translate over to those people too. It's not just for Healing Roots. So the partial scholarship is going to be a little bit more catered to what you can do or what you can't do. The full scholarship, we ask that you participate with 10% of the cost. So if it's an $80 treatment, then you would pay $8 and we would cover the rest. And so we do fundraising to build up funds for that and trying to keep an abundance of money in an account that people can just apply. And I can say, absolutely. So there aren't really a lot of conditions that I need. I just want to hear your story. So that's one of the things on the application. Tell me about yourself. Tell me your story, because it helps to be vulnerable. That's part of the healing process, is to be vulnerable. And so to share your story with me kind of starts that. And I want people to feel safe and connected, and being able to share their story with me initially helps with that.
Very cool. I love that. Very cool. So is there anything that you have coming up that you want to share, or any promotions that you want to talk about? Or otherwise you can talk about Healthy in the Valley, what you have offered in there.
Yeah, so I think I'm really excited about this movie night option that we're going to start doing every other month. Super excited to get this going. It's part of the scholarship fund building, so it's a free will donation. And we're going to have a different option of some kind of wellness movie, and we'll provide snacks, we'll provide a drink, and then we'll have a discussion. So maybe a documentary of sorts, and then sit and watch 40 minutes of something, and then we can all hang out and chat and share our thoughts and grow and learn together.
I love it. Very cool. Very cool. So Emily, thank you so much for being on the podcast. But before we go, I want to ask you, it is like the week of Christmas. And when we're recording this, it's freezing cold. It's 0, like right now. And
it is.
Do you have kids? We didn't even talk personal. Do you have kids?
I do. I've got an 18-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son, and they are both amazing. They are spitfires and tenderhearted all in one.
Oh, so I have teens as well. And as they get bigger, the presents get bigger sometimes. It's not little Lego sets anymore. So it's just different, and maybe not as much to open, and it's just a different dynamic. And so anyway, it's the week of Christmas. So what is saving you right now in your life?
Mm-hmm. I have hired people to help me. Over the last year, I've done the majority of everything behind the scenes on my own, including continuing to be an acupuncturist. And now I've opened that up, and I brought on some help. I have a programs and studio manager. So with any kind of specialty class, she's meeting with the people and developing the class ideas, and then handing the information over to me. I make the flyer and we put it out on social. So that's been really a huge, huge help to take some things off my plate. Mm-hmm. And delegation is part of my plan for next year too.
Good. That's a good word to have. That could be your word, delegation. That's a good one. That's a good one in all areas.
It's a powerful one. It's a powerful word.
Yeah. That's awesome. When we start to realize that, that letting go a little bit and then letting go to grow is, awesome. And it's fun to empower other people to do the work as well. And, managing people, that's a whole other thing, but it's, I have a great team as well. So, when you have a good team behind you or with you, it's lovely. It's a great thing. So
necessary when you're doing big things. You can't do it alone. Mm-mm. And we're social creatures to begin with. We need each other. So let's do it. Let's connect and work together. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of connection, how is the best way for people to get a hold of you, Emily?
So going to our website, we've got a lot of information on our website and a lot of options to click on and connect and register and apply for scholarships. And that is healingrootsrf.com. You can always email me at healingroots88.com or at gmail.com. Or you can call the center. And our phone number is on the website, or Facebook. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Those are great places to learn about what we're doing.
Wonderful. We'll make sure we link all of that in the show notes. So scroll below and click and join and connect with Emily and get to see her space, her beautiful space. For those of you that are local, she's in River Falls, Wisconsin. And if you're not local, I hope you learned something today about being a brick and mortar business owner, rebel women. That's a mouthful to say, hey? Oh my goodness. All right. So thank you, Emily, so much for being on the podcast today. I appreciate you taking the time to share a little bit about who you are and what you do and who you serve. And may 2023 be amazing for you and your business.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm so grateful that you are doing this for us. This is really an incredible service that you're offering to support. That's what we need as small businesses, is a ton of support. And it's really necessary. I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful to be here.
Thank you. All right, everybody. We will be here same time, same place next week. Have an awesome week. Peace. Bye-bye.
my gosh, you're still here. You are such a rebel woman. I have to meet you. Come on over to the Rebel Women Tribe on Facebook, created for brick and mortar business owners just like you. In this group, we empower, encourage, and support each other. And every week, I come in and share with you a tip, tool, or strategy that I'm learning in my brick and mortar business to help you in yours. And you guys, this is the real stuff, the nitty-gritty in real time of what's going on. So come on over to the Rebel Women Tribe on Facebook. I can't wait to meet you.